For many, it was a celebration. For others, it was a homecoming. For still others, it was the simple thank you they never received and an opportunity for a slate wiped clean after years of feeling unwelcomed. Big Apple Honor Flight, Mission Number 2, like all honor flights, gave veterans of 4 of America's conflicts, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, as well as Iraq and Afghanistan, a day of unity, comradeship, and gratitude.
It's an incredible, incredible feeling. After 5 long years of pandemic later, to have Big Apple Honor Flight back in Washington D.C. at the World War II Memorial, it's incredibly, incredibly special. The veterans today, they're having the time of their life today, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. To be able to bring Big Apple Honor Flight back to New York City, it's incredible. It's an incredible feeling.
Founded in 2005, the mission of the Honor Flight Network is to celebrate America's veterans by inviting them to share in a day of honor at our nation's memorials.
I'm completely impressed by the day. I never thought anything like this would take place. It's amazing to see the consideration and what people's done, how they went out of their way to make the day for us. It's really unbelievable. I'm completely shocked.
Mission Number 2 began at Floyd Bennett Field, itself a World War II icon. Veterans and their guardians met with Big Apple Honor Flight staff, boarded buses, and were escorted to JFK Airport for a red carpet arrival and welcome ceremony.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
We're the generation of veterans that got spat at. We fought for this country. Finally, we're getting the recognition I think that we deserve. This is a big damn deal for us.
I try to attend this event every year. It's probably the best event that we hold here at the airport, to be in the presence of these very special individuals.
So today we are honoring 42 veterans from 4 conflicts that defined our country's history throughout the 20th century. Each of those conflicts shaped our country in different ways, but we honor the men and women who served in those conflicts all the same. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.
The arrival at Reagan National Airport was celebratory and joyful as well-wishers and passers-by cheered the veterans and their guardians. The 3-bus contingent made its way to the Marine Corps Memorial, also known as the Iwo Jima Monument, to celebrate one of our country's hardest-earned and costliest victories of World War II.
Want to give it a number, like 1 to 10? 25.
What this day means to me, I am overwhelmed. This is a humbling experience because when I came back in '67, we didn't get this type of greeting.
When I personally came back, I remember walking down Kennedy Airport with my sack and stuff.
She's on the green.
As I was telling somebody on the bus, this lady coming the opposite way spat at me.
But today almost has me in tears.
The hallowed grounds of Arlington National Cemetery were next, and the reverence for the Tomb of the Unknowns was experienced in all its glory. One sailor even made it to the USS Forrestal Monument, honoring the sailors who died in a devastating fire in 1967, which is located on the grounds of Arlington.
You know, on this trip, I've gotten to go to something that I wanted to go to. I was going to come to D.C. to go to. I got to go there. I got to go to the USS Four-Star Memorial. Well, it was really 139 sailors that died, but they could only find 18 remains. So that it was important to me to go there.
The World War II Memorial, which opened in 2004, gave the veterans an opportunity to appreciate those who fought in that war and to engage with younger veterans and fellow visitors about their service.
It feels like an honor to be here and to see these monuments where people before me and people in the same age category as me came forward and did their duty. I give them all a lot of credit.
Well, I'm when I get back to the city, especially through my church organization, I'm going to bring this up to them. For it's a wonderful. I think everybody should take a part of something like this. Oh yes, it's very good. I mean, I heard about this, but to see it for yourself, it brings back a lot of memories.
Visitors to the emotional Vietnam Veterans Memorial and the Korean War Veterans Memorial accented a day wrought with feelings many had buried deep inside, some for as many as 70 years.
What brought me here today was to honor our veterans, also honor a shipmate who did die during the Vietnam War. He fell overboard, and his name is on the wall of the Vietnam Memorial.
Unbelievable.
We got registered nurses, we got police officers, firemen, the whole shabab. I mean, everybody. We got to thank each and everybody that made this
when
perfect.
We get off, we got to shake these guys' hands.
That made this come true for us.
Wonderful.
A celebratory dinner was the prelude for the start of the trip home for the now weary veterans and their guardians.
I have run many functions over the years through my corporation and so forth. But today was the most astounding day of my life. It brought back memories from many years. It brought things that my mom taught me many years ago. Today, that I felt the warmth, the compassion, and the love of each one of the workers here that took us on this wonderful day.
While on board the American Airlines flight home, Big Apple Honor Flight held one of its own ceremonial events. It's called Mail Call, and not unlike their time in the service, the veterans each received packages of mail from family members, neighbors, school children, and other well-wishers.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, you know what sound that is? It's Mail Call. Frank, Pabone.
I got letters from my grandkids, my daughters, my sister-in-laws, my son-in-laws, my wife, and my daughter. It really made me cry because I didn't expect it. Really a nice thing they did. We saw what we had to see, and it touched me right here. It's been a long time coming.
The return was capped by a welcome home celebration that truly was worthy of a veteran returning home from conflict. Hundreds of people waited to joyfully welcome them back home. The welcome home some never received, a sharp contrast to the indifference or scorn some were met with when they came home from overseas, particularly from Korea and Vietnam. For the veterans and their guardians, it was truly a day they'll never forget.
They're just so appreciative, and it's incredible to watch. To see them, these warriors, transform into the kids that they were, 40, 50 years ago, and to be able to share this with their fellow soldiers and sailors, it's amazing to watch. They're so appreciative.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. I can't believe it. Everything went so well. It's amazing.
It means that I'm a free man. I'm happy to be here. I've lived some dog days in the past, and you never say never. You never know what's going to happen.
The goal of Honor Flight is to make sure our veterans experience a day of honor. To date, 250,000 veterans around the country have felt that. Big Apple Honor Flight will continue to bring veterans to Washington as part of the Honor Flight network. But they need your help. They need to find veterans who wish to take the trip. They need to identify the guardians who will escort the veterans throughout the day. But they need sponsors willing to make tax-deductible donations to this 501c3 to assure planes can be chartered, buses lined up, food for the veterans and guardians obtained, and marketing to veterans and their families who might be interested in making the trip. Please consider your support for these brave men and women who were prepared to give everything to keep our country safe. It's our turn now to say thank you.
This was one of the most wonderful days, a day that showed love and compassion. And thank you to all of those who were there participating, the volunteers who have put this together. God bless them all for their wonderful, wonderful acts of love. Thank you.